The Dow is showing the most strength of the indexes. After some days of indecisive trading, you can see the bullish sentiment is still very strong, with the Dow up 85 points today. During the days that the market was showing indecisiveness, the transportation index was showing strength. Now that the Dow is and the other indexes are showing strength, the transportation index is backing off. But the accumulative analysis of all the indexes tell us there isn't any major change of investor sentiment. It's merely profit taking in some sectors and buying in other sectors. The NASDAQ, for example, has been a little bit lethargic in here, but still in a very slow uptrend. Using some very simple indicators allows candlestick investors to gauge what the investor sentiment is doing, even though it's showing indecisive trading days like dojis and spinning tops. Notice that the T line is still has not been breached, and the 3T line, which is a much faster reaction to investor sentiment, they're using the 3T line as support, still showing there's some strong bullish trend to this market. An often asked question about candlestick charts is, do you trade going into earnings? Well, the probabilities are based upon the charts are actually the accumulative knowledge of everybody buying and selling during a specific time frame. As we can see in the Netflix chart, they were buying going into earnings on Monday afternoon, and usually because the candlestick charts are based upon the cumulative knowledge of everybody buying and selling during a specific time frame, if they're buying going into the earnings report, that pretty much tells you the smart money is making their decisions based upon what they expect the earnings to be. The earnings came out good for Netflix. It was trading up here at the 207, 210 range after hours. And a major advantage we have with candlestick analysis is we can see where the buying and the slow curve was occurring and our recommendation at SQM and where it broke out. You could see the wedge formation, and what this told us was on this strong buying, they broke out through the top of the wedge, giving us much more probability that not only will our uptrend be in progress, but a relatively strong uptrend will be in progress based upon this trend right here, a wedge sideways consolidation, now the continuation of that strength of the before the wedge occurred. The big advantage of candlestick analysis is it can detect or it can examine what usually happens in investor sentiment that will occur time after time. We were buying SGEN based upon what we call the bobble breakout. Notice the slow curve right up to the resistance level. If we were buying in here, we were taking profits. As soon as it backed off to the T line and came back up through this resistance level, we could be buyers again, because this is, if you took the 200-day moving average out, you basically have a J-hook pattern, but the bobble is more defined. It tells you where the resistance is and where the breakout is. Because we can see visually what human nature does time after time, it allows the candlestick investor to take profits at the appropriate times, get back in at the appropriate times, and not only at the appropriate times, but allows the timing to be very exact. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.